Shazam! Fury of the Gods is directed by David F. Sandberg, and it stars Zachary Levi, Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, Rachel Zegler, and Jack Dylan Grazer. It is written by Henry Gayden and Chris Morgan, and it's based on the characters by DC. This is a sequel to the 2019 surprise hit Shazam, and the 12th installment in the DC Extended Universe. Now, basically, in this story, Billy and his foster siblings still have that power that were given to them at the end of the first movie, or during the first movie. They must fight the Daughters of Atlas, played by Helen Mirren, who plays Hespera. Lucy Liu is Calypso, and Rachel Zegler, who's Anthena. Every single part about this movie was absolutely amazing. It was funny, it was great, and it was just... the comedic timing was really perfect. It was actually better than the first Shazam movie. Helen Mirren as a supervillain is really interesting, and you don't really get that a lot. But she takes a back seat in a way a little bit to Lucy Liu, who is the real primary villain, along with Rachel Zegler in a way with Athena, and how her love interest is with Freddy. That was really, really good, especially for the movie being 2 hours and 10 minutes long. It's 130 minutes. 2 minutes shorter than the first movie, which was 132 minutes. The movie had a budget of $100 to $125 million, and everything about it is good. It's basically that staff that Shazam broke at the end of the first movie and, broke it into 2 parts and then just left it there, which is now at a museum. And then the Daughters of Atlas come in, take it, and they want to, kind of regain the powers that were given to them by a wizard to the kids, and they just want to restore order and everything. And Billy has to try and figure things out and what everything is going on. The interesting thing about it is that this movie is kind of part of now the DC Elseworlds film slate in a way, because James Gunn and Peter Safran have taken over DC, and in a way kind of the DC whole landscape. We know the story, we know the aspect of what's going on with that. Also, the movie was produced by Peter Safran, so I'm really curious to see how everything moves forward from here. There is a big cameo at the end of this movie, which was rumored, but it's true now, and I will say that it kind of turns the tide a little bit on how the DC universe will move forward. I'm curious to see if that's the case. Shazam! Fury of the Gods was finished before James Gunn and Peter Safran came in, but the way this story is done is absolutely great. It takes place in Philadelphia, and the whole aspect of is that Philadelphia is much more prominent in this sequel than it was in the first one. And you can tell that in the first one, certain, landscapes weren't in there because it was filmed in another state or a city, but in this they had the backdrop, they had the landscape, and they had the whole high-rise buildings, which was great. Some of the high-rise buildings weren't part of the Philadelphia structure. How do I know this? Because I am from Philadelphia, and it was really funny to see, especially seeing Philadelphia front and center. The action scenes were great, and the CGI was done really, really well. The whole Minotaur, the Cyclops, the unicorns that are in it, and how that works, especially the dragon that Lucy Liu rides on, is absolutely great. Like, I didn't expect this dragon to be much so prominent in this sequel, but it had a lot of scenes in it, which really surprised me. And it has some kind of spell where it doesn't breathe fire or anything, but it just opens its mouth and then blue light emanates from it, and then you just get tranced in it. And a lot of the characters that are in this are still kids at heart, but then they're in these adult bodies, and it's really, really funny. And there is an aspect, an area of where their hideout is, so to speak, where they are, do certain things, and they talk to a pen who writes things down, named Steve. Great comedy, really fun. And David F. Sandberg, the director of this movie, who directed the first one, does make a quick cameo appearance by playing one of the civilians who gets, thrust up into the air during an action sequence. And his wife, Lotta Lutzen, is also in this, who plays the woman on the bridge that is being saved by Shazam. So that's really nice. The touch is great. And I had a fun time with this movie. It's a little bit long for me, but I mean, it was good, it was interesting, and it was great. This is probably the best superhero sequel movie in the past 10 years, and in a way where it's a DC superhero hero movie. And I'm really curious to see how everything plays out. The villains were great. The comedic timing was great. The acting was fun. And seeing everything happen is really, really great. Now, during the fight sequence at the end between Shazam and Calypso, Lucy Liu's character on the dragon, there are some instances where Shazam's costume goes from red to black because of the burn marks, and you can kind of see a Black Adam feel to it, which was interesting. And of course, we all know the whole Black Adam thing with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson not wanting to appear in Shazam because he thought it didn't make any sense. Well, put that all aside, put your ego aside, and I feel like Shazam and Black Adam should have come together in a big, big way. But I'm really curious to see how this character now fits into the fold of the DC universe that is now being run or co-run between James Gunn and Peter Safran. I'm hoping we see Shazam back in a third movie and it puts everything together. But it's great. I absolutely enjoyed it. I had a great time. It's a great superhero movie. Its action's great. The comedy is great. Just a little bit long, but it makes sense where at the end, every single character has a great amount of screen time. Not only that, there is a mid-credit scene, which is really, really fun, and it's close to, I want to say, 2 to 3 minutes long, and it's great. I'm wondering if this mid-credit scene was the original mid-credit scene for this film, or was it done after James Gunn and Peter Safran took over? You'll see what I mean when you check it out. And also, there is a post-credit scene in this as well, which is a fun nod back to the original first movie. But in archival footage, Mark Strong as Savine does return, and it's great because there's quick glimpses of certain things that they show from the first movie, and it's a nice tie-in if you didn't see the very first movie. Other than that, this was fun. It was great, and I'm curious to see how everything plays out from here. Check this movie out. If you're not a fan of Shazam, it's not. Oh, and I do want to say that during the whole course of the movie, he's trying to figure out his superhero name. And there is one instance where one of the civilians says, "Hey, Captain Marvel," because we know Shazam's name in the comics is Captain Marvel. So that was a nice little touch. A lot of Easter eggs in this, and it was fun. And I love the Fast and Furious line with family, where he says it to Hespera, Helen Mirren's character. I mean, Zachary Levi is a fantastic actor, and it shows in this movie. For me, Shazam! Fury of the Gods gets 4.5 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What do you think about the aspect of the story? Did you like how it moved along? Did you like the villains in this movie? And where do you see this character going from here now that James Gunn and Peter Safran have taken over the DC universe? And do you think that the cameo in this film at the end, the mid-credit scene and the post-credit scene, will change anything, or will it stay the same on the trajectory now how the DC universe of movies is going to go? And do you want to see Shazam and Black Adam in a movie together, even though with the egotistical side of The Rock and how everything is done, put that aside, do you want to see these characters come face to face? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked, and also let me know what rating you would give Shazam! Fury of the Gods. And be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new review videos on my channel. And I'll see you all in the next review video, and thank you for tuning in.